Hey, and welcome back to Financial Reactions. This is our $10,000 portfolio series of videos on what would happen if you had purchased $10,000 worth of various dividend aristocrats, index funds, weekly paying ETFs, and we have some monthly ETFs and monthly dividend stocks. And this is a broad overview of different types of investment vehicles that pay a dividend on a weekly or monthly or quarterly basis. So before we get started, if you could do me a huge favor, if it's not too much trouble, go ahead and down there and hit that like button. And if you want, go ahead and subscribe to keep following along. Make it easier to come back in a few weeks and keep tabs on everything. So where are we? Well, the stock market is down, and you'll see as far as just the dividend aristocrats, which are stocks mostly. Big stocks. And you can see they're all pretty much down, and this is all due to the stock market being down. So that's not a surprise. Index funds should be, you can see the value of the fund is really tanking. But like I said, bad week in the stock market. Bad couple of weeks, actually, because of the kerfuffle in Iran. We have monthly ETFs. Those are all about the same. Yeah, we have one. JAAA is up just slightly, and that's the only one in the green. And monthly dividends, as you can see, a lot of red. So that's to be expected. So let's take a look at what our weeklies did since we've been starting to get some payments here. Let's start with the REX shares. And you can see the overall value is dropped, and most of them have a negative NAV. We do have a couple. CWII is one of the big winners. It had the most increase in price. So let's see what its dividends did to help it out also. Okay, paid 9 cents, and 9 cents a week is about a 45% return. And 9 cents. I really wish they'd reverse this so this starts at the top, but whatever. So it's 10, 11, 14, and down to 9. So that one is not too far off of normal. On the dividend tracker here, you can see some different information. This is your quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, hourly. So you're making about $89 a week on 953 shares. And let's go back up to portfolio, go to overview. So we set our initial $100,000 annual dividend. So you can see we're a quarter or 30% of the way there, 34,000. This one, I don't like the way it hovers, but it tells you, if you can see COII, that's your payment. So at 65.39, HOII paid 58. LL was 50 or 65. MSII was 81. NVII was 173.27. PLTI was 40.91. And TSII was 99.68. And then it estimates returns for the next 4 weeks, because this is on a monthly average. So if you want to know how much each week you got, you can check on that tab. Let's take a peek at Roundhill, and the portfolio had, you can see it's dipping, and we had a couple that made money. ARMW, look at that stock price. It went up from 25.61 and is up to 29.66. You've had a couple of payments, so 16 cents. And that seems to be down. Look at that. It was up to 40 and now it's down to 16. But at least it had a positive NAV. The rest of these you can see are mostly negative NAV. And the worst is 26.91 for Who. It's down to 23.57, so it's down $1,200. YieldMax. Do we have any positives in YieldMax? SLTY is up a little bit, and Chippy is also holding its value. I own that one for disclosure. That one also pays a decent dividend, 39 cents. And that's also, it seems to be losing its dividend payment also. So let's see, keep an eye on that one in the future. YieldMax Group 2, this will be the big group. This used to be groups. Most of the funds from groups A, B, C, and D when it was a monthly. Oops. As you can see, it has HIYY. This one went up from $11.75 to $14.99. This is the, of course, this is the average cost, which means every time it pays a dividend, it averages in the price when it rebuys the stocks after the dividend payment, because these are all set up on drip. So this has had several that are positive down to GUI here, and JPMO is around break even. No change in its price. As you can see, any of these that are above 10,000, since I started with a $10,000 and it rounded down to the next even number, so most of these were like 9,980-ish. So you can see all of them are actually worth more than what you put in, but that is because it had dividends reinvestment. Defiance. How did we do in Defiance? We had a couple of winners. Defiance Oil, well, oil prices are going up and the current price is going up, so that was a good one. Did it pay a dividend? It did, 9 cents, so it's not a huge dividend, but it's paying dividends. The Qs had a 13-cent dividend, but the price is falling. And I'm going to go through these quick while we have just limited data, because I want to keep these fairly short, not to waste a bunch of your time, because we don't have enough long-term data. This whole fund is not doing well. As you can see, the 24-cent dividend, but it's lost in NAV. It is a 79% yield, so it's paying a decent dividend compared to the price. And as you can see, 24 cents is trending down, which unfortunately seems to be what's going on. Monthly ETFs, we really don't have much because they're monthly ETFs and most haven't paid. Like I said, that one's positive. The rest are down because of the market. Monthly dividends are all down. I do own, I own this one for disclosure. And remember, I'm not suggesting you buy any of these or invest in dividends in any way, shape, or form. That's up to you and your financial advisor. And that is all of them. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Like I said, this was just a quick overview of what happened last week. And we'll start in the future, try and get more in depth into the weeklies. And then, because the monthlies are going to take a couple of months to get a fair comparison. So I'm going to have a good night. I hope you have a good night. Remember, take care of your body, take care of your finances, plan your future. We'll see you in the next video.